Hello fellow movers, today we are doing 8 of the best tips for moving out to. Number 8. The first tip is for break-in doors. That's kind of essential in moving out too. I'll show you here a hard way. If you get the door open and walk into it the edge on, they pop off. An easier way is to just keep walking into the door and they pop off like that. It's important to not hit them in the middle or the center of the door, but to hit them towards the outside as you walk into them, and they pop right off just like that. Here's another one popping off. Pop this one off. They go flying. That, I think I got lucky there, but there you go. That's how to break doors. Number 7. This next tip is for spamming the jump button, and just like that, you can kind of defy gravity there. Normally you'd fall in there, but just keep spamming that jump button and you can get right across. Number 6. Okay, this next tip is for using packages to jump a little bit farther than you normally would. Just hold on to them, don't let go. And as you see, you can kind of land it on the edge there, hit the jump button to get back up, and there you go. You can jump a little bit further by just holding on to those packages, or make an extension like I did there. The other way is if you get a little bit of momentum, you can actually jump a little further like that. Number 5. Okay, speaking of jumping, you can jump longer and moving out too here. This is in Penny's Portal Palace. Just if you line it up so you're in the center there of one platform, you can kind of cut it diagonally and jump a little bit further. You can also jump up on a bunch of stuff like the bookcases. You can jump up on this ladder, get over the walls. You can jump quite a bit farther in moving out too, so try and take advantage of that as much as you can. Number 4. This tip is for using momentum to throw larger items like that. You spin around, and here I'm hitting the jump button too, but hit the jump button and let go at the right moment, it goes flying. But you can also use that to kind of throw larger items like that TV or these candy things. Just spin around and let them go at the right moment and they go flying. Number 3. Alright, this tip is for moving cows. They're kind of a pain in these 2 levels, but there's a trick to it. If you stack up the hay to give you some stair steps, like 3 steps, and you can get up and over these fences and get these cows over here. I'll show you that. That one only requires 1 step. So I'll show you the 3 steps here in the other level. So the trough is the first step, the white bin is the second step, and that bale of hay is the 3rd step. But if you get up on the first step, and you get to the second, and you get to the third, up and over. Same thing in this one, step 1, step 2, and step 3, and you're up and over, and I lost count, but it works better if you grab them by the head or the tail, but you can also, it also works like this. You can just grab them by the side and use that hay for a step to get up and over the larger fences. So it takes 3 steps, but a little bit better there. But that's the tip for moving cows and moving out too. Number 2. This next tip is for slapping levers. This one here is awful hard to do one player, so you have to slap that lever and then you can jump on. If you try and move it manually by grabbing it, it just doesn't, you can't get to the platform fast enough. It also helps on these other levels here to get across the bridge. Instead of manually doing that, you just slap it and it's a little bit faster. So always slap those levers and moving out too, as opposed to manually grabbing them. It's much easier. Number 1. This last tip is for stacking items, taking advantage of that. Like you can move stuff on top of the bed. You can move it in or move it out. So throw things on top of the bed, and you can use that to move 3 items at once. Just stack them on top of that bed, right down the stairs and out to the truck, and everything stays on, and you got 3 items delivered with one trip. There's a couple levels you can do this in. Just stack it on top of the bed. You don't have to be too careful. Most items will stay on. Larger items kind of fall off, but as you see, you can just drag them right down the stairs and it stays on. Larger items, you want to move them as far as on one end as you can, because when you go to grab the bed, it'll try and grab the item on top of it. So you can, if you push it away from the end and then approach it from farther away, it'll grab the bed. But if you are right next to it and try and grab it, you should grab the thing on top of the bed. But yeah, as long as you're farther away and reach for it, it'll grab the bed. And you can use that to drag things out to the truck. The other thing you can do is you can stack things on top of the truck. In this level, about everything can fit on those beds. For this item, you need a stair step, so I put a box down there. You can see, hit the jump button to get up on top of the first step, and then you can get on top of the bed, and you can get everything in this level on top of these beds. And that is the 8 tips for Moving Out 2. If you enjoyed those tips, check out our website at FamilyGameSquad.com for more guides on Moving Out 2.